You're listening to Good Morning Gwinnett, a division of Noise Media Network, hosted by Audrey Bell Kearney, sharing stories about people and places around beautiful Gwinnett County, Monday through Wednesday at 10 a.m. and Thursday at 11 a.m. Southern living at its best.
Good morning, all my Gwinnetians out there in Gwinnett land and all of you around the world listening to the sound of my voice. It is a beautiful day here in Gwinnett County. 56 degrees going up to a high of 73. That's lovely, y'all. That's that good weather. We're in spring. Spring has not quite sprung yet. We got a couple more days before spring has actually sprung. But we're getting there. It's going to be night. It's going to rain later on this evening, though, like overnight. But still, for the rest of this day, it's going to be lovely. And I'm excited about that. 73 degrees. That's that nice weather. Nice weather. So I hope you guys are doing wonderful this morning. I am. I'm a little early this morning to the doctor. Always got to make sure everything is working properly. You know, I've been trying, got to go get everything checked out, make sure it's good. Because I got to come back. I want to do the show again. Got to come back. I want to do the show again. So I'm not gonna talk a whole lot this morning because I gotta run. But before I run, I want to give you some news you can use. I want to give a happy birthday shout out to my father, Marion Bell, all the way in heaven. Today is his birthday. Miss you, love you, wish you were here. But I know you're up in heaven, fixing somebody's house, building somebody's cabinets. Bathrooms beautiful. So my father was an entrepreneur. I think that's where I get it from. Because my mom and my brother are just alike. They're not entrepreneurs. They are the same. So my mother, my brother, and his daughter, they're the same people. Structured the same. And I think I'm the only one in my whole family that I know of, especially when on my mom's side, that got the entrepreneur bug, and I've had it for 23 years. But my dad was an entrepreneur. He had a master carpenter, and he had a company called Bell's Kitchen and Baths. And I remember he had a stroke, and then I remember going to California because he lived in California, and I remember he had built this humongous wall unit. Now, he had a stroke, so one side was paralyzed, and I said to him, "How'd you build this? You built this while you had the stroke?" And he said, "Yes." It was huge. It was a big wall unit he built. Because he was a master at that stuff. My uncle is the same way. My Uncle David is the exact same way. He had a stroke as well, but he still fixed stuff, and he's paralyzed on one side, but he still can make things, and he's still my go-to guy when I need to get something fixed. Now I go to him and say, "Hey, can you fix it?" And paralyzed on one side and all. He was a master carpenter, and he tell everybody that my dad taught him how to do that. That's one of my mother's brothers. My mother got 6 brothers. And he tells me he loved my father. Like he and my great grandmother loved my dad and my mother. Like they loved my dad. So he really made an impression on life. And my brother, oh my God, yeah, they all loved him very much. So happy birthday, Dad, up in heaven. I know you have some great stuff up there. Hey, send me down a blessing. Talk to God. Say, hey, Audrey need 1 million followers on Good Morning Gwinnett. Whisper that in God's ear for me. All right, let's move on to some news. Some horoscopes brought to you by Noted Astrologer Micah Thyssen. Today is March the 11th. Yep, March the 11th, y'all. We creeping right on through. In 10 days, it'll be the first day of spring. It feels like the first day of spring today, so I'm excited about that. But we're going to go ahead and jump on in here and kick it off like we always do with Aries. Be aware of deception when it comes to your position, and be sure not to jump to conclusions. You will have a childlike approach today, big-hearted and full of spunk. Emotionally, you won't see things accurately. Okay, keep your eyes open, Aries, and watch out for the people at your job, because they are planning and plotting against you and could be to deceive you. So just keep your eyes open. Taurus, you can meet new friends who will let you know just how valuable you are. Your disciplined attention to jobs will ensure your position. Don't jump as quickly as you usually do. It's nice when people show you your value, but you have to know your value too. Like, it's good when people acknowledge you and acknowledge what you do, your hard work, your goodness, but you have to know deep inside that same value, because when people don't acknowledge you and show you value and show you how valuable you are, if you don't know that, then you'll be messed up. So it's great when people let you know how valuable you are, but you got to know inside how valuable you are. And that's a whole lot for a lot of folks, that's a whole lot of personal development. I know, because I know something. And I work on myself all the time to help me know just how valuable I am. And when you know how valuable you are, nobody else can ever devalue. Okay? Gemini, You don't want to give anyone fuel for the fire. Colleagues may try to undermine you. Don't hesitate to voice your opinions when it comes to matters pertaining to work. You got a lot going on today at work, Don't give anybody fuel for the fire because they'll trash you up anyway. So watch what you say, watch what you do. They're trying to undermine. And don't hesitate to voice your opinion. As it pertains to work, though, Cancer, deal with the needs of children. Use discretion, especially if involved with someone from work. Don't get upset. Cancer, use discretion if it's involving someone at work. Don't get upset, Cancer. Don't get upset, Cancer. Don't get upset, Cancer. Just relax. Just relax. Just relax. All right, let's keep it moving. Leo, don't try to get even without having all the facts. You may be torn between two possibilities. This has left you in a confused and uncertain state. Use your added discipline to get what you want. Listen, don't get even without knowing all the facts, because you can mess yourself up. You got to know, you got to have, and don't try to get even anyway. Don't, because when you try to do that, normally it doesn't work out for you. It doesn't. You're two possibilities. Stop for a second. Sit down, be quiet, and listen to what God is telling you, because He's always talking to us. We just have to stop and listen. We try to make all these decisions on our own, then we make the wrong decision, and you left confused and uncertain. Just sit down, be quiet, and listen. Let me tell you, when I need to do anything, all I gotta do is get to a quiet place and just shut my mouth and sit still, and He gives me the answer. Yep, that's all you gotta do today, Leo. Virgo, try not to let relatives or friends cause any friction with your mate. Talk to the party involved, or they are informed as to what actually happened. You will be appreciated for the patience you exhibit and taking on responsibilities. It's a whole lot about appreciation today and work up today. This is one of those days, I guess. It's one of those days. But anyway, I'm going to go to a song. I'll be right back after this song to give you more of the horoscopes brought to you by noted astrologer Micah Thyssen, your Good Morning Gwinnett show. Stay tuned.
So many questions that I wanna ask, but I can find the reasons why. You always find a small excuse to leave. What's your excuse to make me
back to the Good Morning Gwinnett Show. It's your girl, Audrey Bell Kearney, giving you horoscopes brought to you by noted astrologer Micah Thyssen. We're going to pick it up with Libra. Do not ruffle feathers if possible. Your nerves are frazzled. Romance appears. Okay, Libra, don't ruffle anybody's feathers today. And calm your nerves. Calm your nerves. Don't be all frazzled and stressed out. It's not good for you. It's not good for you. Scorpio, get involved in sports groups or hobbies that attract you. Come to your own conclusions rather than taking the word of someone else. Lack of cash might be partly to blame for problems at home. Let me tell you something. When you got money problems at home, it's a bad situation, baby. That's why you got to figure out how to make some extra money. And it's always, hey, start a podcast. Y'all know I'm loving podcasting. I've been podcasting for a long time. Now it's starting to take legs, not only for me, but for a whole lot of people. Great things, a great thing. Sagittarius, relatives may not be telling you the whole truth about a family situation. If you already are in a relationship, use this added energy passionately. Mishaps due to preoccupation will be upsetting. Okay. Use that energy passionately, Sagittarius, if you're in a relationship. And be careful. The family's telling you everything. They're just telling you what you want, what they want to tell you. So just watch out for that. A candle at both ends to respond to a plea for help. Your ideas can put you into action. Let your ideas put you into action, take you to the next step. Listen, it's a good thing sometimes. Aquarius, you'll be in the mood to socialize. Be upfront if you don't want to be embarrassed. Children may be on your mind. Listen, I don't know about you, Aquarius, but I do not like being embarrassed. So if you don't want to be embarrassed, just be upfront. That's all I'm saying. Just be upfront. And my fellow fish Pisces, be careful signing important contracts today. You will have no trouble getting things to fall into place. Take time to talk things over. Travel for business or pleasure. Okay. Listen, you know what I said about contracts, fish. Be careful signing important contracts. If you don't know what the heck you're signing, go and let a professional help you and tell you. Do not go in there signing contracts all willy-nilly on your own, because you could be signing your life away, your children, the grandbaby, the house, everything. Be careful. I'm always careful when it comes to that. All right, that's all the horoscopes I got for you today. I'll be back tomorrow at 11 a.m. to have a guest tomorrow. Kurt Thompson is going to be with us tomorrow. He is running for the Gwinnett County Commissioner Chairman position tomorrow. He's running for that seat. There's 8 people running for that seat. It was 7. Now they say it's 8. I don't even know who the 8th person is. Obviously, they just jumped in the race, and I got to figure out who that is and come back and tell you who that is. But that's a crowded space. I interviewed Nicole Hendricks the week. I interviewed Andy Morgan the week before that. I interviewed Brooks Siskins months before that. It's gonna be interesting to see who actually take the seat. Following Commissioner Chairman Charlotte Nash, who's been there for quite some time, and people love her. So it's gonna be interesting to see who can go in there and fill. We got some really good people. Like, some people should just drop out, but there are some really good people. And it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard to cast your vote. I'm telling you right now, because I've heard quite a few of these people. I've been at meetings and social gatherings with them, so I've heard them talk before they get on the show. Pretty hard decision. I'm not gonna even lie. I don't even know who I'm voting for yet, because I've talked to some amazing folks, with some really great ideas and some really good track record. I can tell you who I know who I'm not voting for right off the bat, but I do. There are some other people out there that are just really good that, it's going to be hard. So listen to the show, listen to the interviews. I'm going to go back and repost all the interviews, because we're getting very close to that time. So you have to make a decision who you want in that chair, who you want to run, who is that person that's going to run with. It's important. We got 8 people. I don't know who the 8th person is. I got to find it. Anyway, let's keep it moving to some news you can use. So Gwinnett Technical College announced its foundation received a $10,000 grant from Verizon to fund engineering and business technology scholarships. That is and kudos to Verizon for that grant. You know what? Let's give them a round of applause, because that's amazing. See, the reason that's important is because technology is not going anywhere. And to help kids, young kids get into college with a grant is a great thing. Now, I know it's not a huge grant, but it's going to help at least one child get in there and be able to study business and technology. That's a great thing in engineering, because technology is moving faster than the speed of light right now. Do you hear me? Like I love podcasts, I love technology. I'm starting a new podcast called AI Weekly, and it's all about machine learning and artificial intelligence, because we have to be on the cutting edge. We have to know what's going on in this industry. So it's exciting for me to be able to bring you, new shows, but it's also kids are going to be learning how to do this stuff. I'm also going to be speaking this coming Saturday at Code Ninja in Snellville to a group of young girls who are interested in technology. Nothing excites me more than that, like young women in the tech space. So I'm happy about that. So kudos to Verizon for this scholarship. The scholarships will be awarded all 2020 semesters to students showing exemplary academic qualifications who demonstrated a financial need. That is amazing. So kudos to Verizon for that. Yep. We need to do it. We got to keep our kids on the cutting edge. They got to know how to leverage podcasts. I mean, not podcasting. I say that so much. I'm saying it now. They got to know how to leverage technology. They need to be engineers. They need to create stuff. They need to be able to work with these bigs who want these great engineers. We got to make sure that happens. So being able to provide a scholarship for them is something important, and that's something I'm looking to do moving forward, is provide scholarships to students. And you know what, Gwinnett Tech just may be my partner. Also Code Ninja. So scholarships to Code Ninja. I'm rebuilding the company and excited about where we're going with Noise Media. And I know I have a heart for giving, and I give a lot as I already, but I would love to be in a position to have the Noise scholarship. And I'm gonna think about that. I'm probably gonna do 2 a year. One may go to Gwinnett Tech and one may go to Code Ninja, but I'm gonna figure that out. All right, so this coronavirus, man, this thing is scary. Do you hear? My daughter went to the store yesterday, because remember I told you I was on a call yesterday morning, and it was a health call. Well, part of it was a health. I was going to drink a lot of water, take probiotics, and all that good stuff. She went to the store to buy that stuff. The shelves were empty. There is nothing, no zinc, no vitamin C, no Clorox, no Lysol. It was empty, totally empty. This thing is I don't understand, like, what's going on. Crazy. It is absolutely berserk. Like, it just came out of nowhere, and now it is a mess, and it is really causing some problems. Do you hear me? Like, for real problems. There was so South by Southwest is this big humongous event that happens once a year in Texas. They canceled the event. I heard that there were 400,000 people registered to go to that event. Can you imagine having to refund $1,000? 400,000 money to 400,000 people? That is a lot of folks. That is a lot of headache. That is a lot of money lost. And see, this thing is not only affecting people every day. It's affecting business. Can you imagine all of the small businesses who look forward to being a vendor at South by Southwest and getting more business? Now it's canceled. 400,000 people coming to an event. But that's a lot of exposure. Let me tell you, that's a lot of exposure. So that's pretty scary, actually. It's not playing games. So listen, the annual Hunger for Hope event that had been scheduled to begin this Thursday coming in Lawrenceville has been pushed back. They pushed it all back to late summer because of the concerns with coronavirus. Yep, the 4-day event was originally scheduled to run through this weekend, but would now take place August the 20th through the 23rd at the Gwinnett County Fairgrounds. The annual event brings volunteers together to assemble food packages, which are sent around the world to help people struggling with hunger. Now it has to be pushed because of the coronavirus. Man, this thing is messing up stuff. But you got to be careful. Like, we don't want people just, they're getting sick. People are dying. They don't have enough test kits for everybody. 7 billion people on this planet. They done completely, it's the craziest thing. Crazy. I'm just saying it's crazy. So the Gwinnett County Public School Systems is taking, nobody has been confirmed. There has been nothing confirmed in Gwinnett County school systems. Necessary precautions. You know, they've been talking to the health partners. They're sending out information to parents. They're doing preventative measures at schools and planning for variety of scenarios several weeks. So they are taking precautions. In addition to announcing new school related travel, the district sent letters home to the parents and guardians, updating them on the current advice coming. So they are taking the necessary steps to make sure our children are safe. And that the teachers are safe, everybody's safe, and that's a good thing. You want to be proactive, not reactive. And in order, you got to start right now. That's why we talking about getting like hand sanitizer and taking vitamins. Be proactive, because you just never know. You honestly don't know who you're going to come in contact with. That is the crazy part about this thing, because you don't know. So many people out there, and you're so many places, so you just don't know. All right, listen, I'm going to go to a song. And I'm gonna come, and I know I hate to drudge this up every day, but we have to. You don't want to be caught up. You need to know how to protect yourself, how to protect your families. You got to know this stuff. And I know it's like, you're probably tired of hearing about it. Get tired of hearing about it. You got to keep listening, because this thing is key. It is crazy and is moving fast. When I was on the airport on an airplane coming back from Orlando this past weekend, I did not want the air thing blowing on me. I cut it off, because I don't know what's coming through the vents. Cut that thing off of me. Don't be blowing down on me. I don't want it on me. So I cut it off. And I know we were saying, man, all they're talking about, you got to talk about it. There's a movie, a TV series and then I'm going to go to a song. There's a TV series that came out, I want to say it was last year. It was called Containment. It's on Netflix. I watched the whole series. It was crazy. But when you look at where we are right now and look at that show, we're almost in the same place. Not quite as bad, but watch it. It's called Containment. It's on Netflix. And no, Netflix did not pay me to shout that out. I just happened to watch it. And I was just amazed and think about where we are right now. Because they were saying some parts of, what was it? Was it Georgia? They were like, it was like being a quarantine, a whole location, kind of like Italy. But if you get a chance, watch that show. It's called Containment, and it's on Netflix. And it is crazy right now. And I'm sure it's really getting a lot of views. Freak you out a little bit, because it looks so similar to where we are right now. It looks very similar. I'm just saying. All right, I'm going to a song. I'll be back right after this next one to give you more than rundown of what's going on in and around Gwinnett County.
So long, can't seem to get you off my mind.
Welcome back to the Good Morning Gwinnett Show. It's your girl, Audrey Bell Kearney, giving you daily rundown of what's going on in and around. So listen, downtown Lawrenceville, you know they built this whole big old development called South Lawn, and that is so nice down there, y'all. It's really, really nice. It's a mixed-use residential development called South Lawn, and it's downtown Lawrenceville. So when you go all the way and the street turn into South Clayton, it starts there. And if you go down Jackson Street, it extends across that way, and then Lucky. So it's right there at the corner. But it is so nice. I'm a typical person. I want to live dead smack in the middle of that. Out in the country, on a lot of land, I'm a fish. I swim in either directions. That's the crazy part about Pisces. I either want to live right there smack in the middle of the action, or I want to live out on a whole lot of land. So I could go either way. But if I was single, I'd middle right there. Because I think that is so freaking nice. And I looked at the houses. Now, I ain't going to lie. I looked at them. And they had a waiting list. They had a waiting list. Like, you can't even just get in there. Yeah. So yesterday in Lawrenceville, Smith Douglas Homes had held the official ceremony for the first set of townhomes to open in the South Lawn mixed-use development on the South Lawn, Lawrenceville South Lawn. Smith Douglas Homes is building both townhomes and single-family detached homes for the which are Novare Group and George Berkow. Yep. There are about 40 units, including some single-family detached homes in the construction. Although sales manager Joe Hawkins said 55 plots are being laid out in this phase. So far, sales of townhomes has gone well, according to Hawkins, even though the model unit just became available for tours last week. There are 2 townhomes models available in the first phase, official for both after the ribbon cutting ceremony. The townhomes are present in the low 300,000 range, and the single families are the mid 300,000s. Yep, they said we sold 17 homes before we opened up the model, and the upside to that is that most people were buying based on plan versus having a model to walk through. They sold 17 right out. They hadn't even put out the model. I'm telling you, I was like, it was like a waiting list. I'm like, a waiting list? Like they hadn't even built them yet. Like, it was crazy. Yep, they're expected to be about 141 homes at South Lawn. That includes 23 single-family homes, some of which have masters on the main layout. So if you get a chance, just go down there and check it out. It's beautiful. They're going to have stores down there. Peachtree Cafe, which used to be right next to that in City Hall, is inside that building right on the corner. It is gorgeous. Like, I'm super duper just happy that's there. And I really, if I was single, yep, I have a house full of people. My mother, my uncle. We can't all go because the house is not big enough. We need a big house. But it's okay because I love them to life. So it's all right. So the Georgia Department of Corrections is hosting a hiring event on March the 19th. Listen, I say this all the time. They're looking to have a job fair. And you need to have your resume right. So if you're looking for a job, this is a great opportunity. If you want to work with the Georgia Department of Corrections, they're going to be hiring in Lawrenceville. They're going to have an event in Lawrenceville on March the 19th. And so you need to make sure you have the proper ID. That's a background check. All the spaces are filled in your resume. You can account for all the job openings that spaces on your resume. You want to make sure that's typed and have everything in place. This is for the Department of Corrections, so you do know you're going to have to do a background check. So make sure, if anything, good driving record, everything, make sure that stuff is tight. Because you could be missing out on great opportunities because you didn't take the time to fix your resume, fix your driving record, fix your background check, having the proper ID. Do not go in there half-stepping because you won't be the one to get the job. You won't even get looked at. You'll get laughed at. Anyway, this event will be held at Collins Hill Library from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. The library is located at 455 Camp Perrin Road, Northeast. Eligible candidates will be interviewed and receive offers that same day, on the spot. On the spot. You're going to get an offer on the spot. See what I'm saying? Yes. I don't know what jobs they have available, but you may want to go check it out. To apply, they want you to bring a completed application from gdcjobs.com, gdcjobs.com, a valid driver's license, a birth certificate, a social security card, a high school diploma or transcript, a copy of your post certification if you are a post certified, or your SAT or ACT Compass, assets, or AccuPlace scores, right? Blank jobs application will be available on site. Attendees should also bring loose-fitting athletic clothes for physical fitness tests, but should dress for a job interview. So listen, I'm going to leave this up here because I feel like I'm going to have to say this again. But you need to here's the things you need to bring. That's what I'm talking about. Get your stuff right. A completed application from the gdcjobs.com. So go to www.gdcjobs.com, print out the application, bring it with you. Also bring a valid driver's license, your birth certificate, your social security card, your high school diploma or GED transcript, a copy of your post certification if you are post certified, and your SAT, ACT, or Compass, Asset, or Accuplacer scores. These are the things that you must bring. Get all of that stuff together, put it inside of a folder or envelope, and take it with you. They also want you to bring some loose-fitting clothes because you may have to do some kind of workout, but they want you to come dressed business wear. Do not go wearing the gym clothes. Wear your dress clothes. Take the gym clothes in a bag because you may have to do a physical fitness test. All right, guys, that's all I got for you today. I'll be back again tomorrow. So before I go, I'm going to go to my last song and then to come back and I'm going to give you my word of inspiration for the day. I'm crazy, right? Be right back.
I might be broken down, but I'm smiling. I keep my head up high, though I fail. Sometimes I get a bit emotional, but then I turn around and let it go. I see you watching me from a distance. I see you can't decide what to feel, but if you dig a little deeper, boy, you know you really wanna get to know me. Let's get this out of the way. I can't wait another day to tell you you shouldn't wait. Don't be so afraid. Yeah, I'm a bit too much, but I'm fun and games. When I'm acting tough, I just wanna play. If you are looking for one hell of a ride, just come and get it. Baby, I'm all yours. Come and get it, 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 come and get it. If you are looking for one hell of a ride, just come and get it. Baby, I'm all yours. Jump on my roller coaster and hold tight. It won't be easy, but it'll be fun. Sometimes it goes the whole way up and down. I think you're ready now to leave the ground. Get in the fast lane, babe, you can make it. I promise I'll be there all the way. And if you get a little broken down, all that you gotta do is keep your head high. Let's get this out of the way. I can't wait another day to tell you you shouldn't wait. Don't be so afraid. Yeah, I'm a bit too much, but I'm fun and games. When I'm acting tough, I just wanna play. If you are looking for one hell of a ride, just come and get it. Baby, I'm all yours. Come and get it, 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 come and get it. If you are looking for one hell of a ride, just come and get it. Baby, I'm all yours. Oh, 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 oh. I'm a bit too much, but I'm fun and games. When I'm at the top, I just wanna play. If you are looking for one hell of a ride, just come and get it. Baby, I'm all yours. Come and get it, 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 come and get it. If you are looking for one hell of a ride, just come and get it. Baby, I'm all yours.
Come and get it. Baby, I'm all yours. All right, welcome back, y'all. Listen, I got to go. Before I go, I want to give you some words of inspiration to just think on. And here it is. Try to learn to let what is unfair teach you. Oh, my goodness. That is so good. Let me tell you what. Let me say it one more time. Try to learn to let what is unfair teach you. Sometimes we look at things that are unfair in our life. We just dwell on it. Here's what you need to ask yourself. What lesson am I supposed to learn from this event? Yes, it's unfair. We know, but I'm sure there's a lesson in there, and you have to learn that lesson. So instead of dwelling on how bad it was and how hurt you are, Ask yourself, what is it that I'm supposed to learn from this? I had to learn to do that. I had to learn not to dwell on stuff. Hey, I take a minute. I'm human, but not dwell for days and months and years. And, when I realized that things happen in your life that you subconsciously suppress, and they show up in different ways, right? And you don't know what they are until you become very conscious and aware of these type of things. So every time something would happen, I would hold a grudge. I'd be mad. Then I had to learn, okay, you can't do that because it's holding you back. Now I ask myself, when things hurt me, things go wrong, things are unfair, they don't go the way it's supposed to go, what lesson am I supposed to learn from this? Do I always get the answer? Nope. Sometimes I just can't figure it out. Like, I don't know. But what I don't do is stay there and dwell in it. So try to learn to let what is unfair teach you. David Foster Wallace said that, and he was absolutely right. What lesson are you supposed to learn today from something that has gone totally crazy in your life, totally unfair? Ask yourself, what am I supposed to learn from this? Because I'm sure it's something. It's a lesson in everything. We look at unfairness and we look at failure as failure. There needs to learn. That's what they really are. So what opportunity do you have to learn today? Something may be going straight up crazy in your life. And you be like, why? And then you have to ask yourself, what am I supposed to learn from this? Because it's always a lesson. Listen, thank you so much for being here. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you spent the last 40 minutes with me, and I appreciate you so much. I'll be back again tomorrow at 11 a.m. with my special guest, Kurt Thompson. He is running for the Gwinnett Commissioner Chairman seat. So we're going to have a chance to talk to him and see what he has to say about that seat and why we should vote for him. So that's tomorrow at 11 a.m. live here on the Good Morning Gwinnett show. Thank you again for listening. Be sure if you missed any episode of the show, go to goodmorninggwinnett.com to listen to past episodes. Also, make sure to share the show with your friends and families, because we want to grow this show. We want to grow it to 1 million downloads, 1 million subscribers to the show. So make sure to go to the App Store and download the app from the mobile, from the iOS App Store, that's Apple, and also from the Android App Store. You can listen to it on your phone, never miss an episode. I really appreciate you. Love you so much for listening. I'll be back again tomorrow, God willing. Until next time, make it a great day. Bye, y'all.
You've been listening to Good Morning Gwinnett. Make sure to tune in Monday through Wednesday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time to find out what's happening around Gwinnett. If you missed an episode, go to www.goodmorninggwinnett.com to catch up. If you liked this episode, subscribe to the show now and share it with your friends. To learn more about Noise Media Network, visit www.noisemedia.us.